some introductions tonight. The people who are up on stage with me. First is Dr. John Douglas. Dr. Douglas is the other honors director. He's also geography faculty. We co-teach the honors forum class, Humanities 190, Monday, Wednesday morning, and Wednesday night. John also teaches our GPH 111, which is an honors only section. And he could use your enrollment. So if you're thinking about taking an honors class, GPH 111. He also teaches GPH 211 as well as the lead instructor for our Grand Canyon trip, which he'll tell you more about in just a moment. The next person is Miss Ricky Shannon. Miss Ricky Shannon, hopefully you have all met her. She has been with our program for 4 years. She is our program coordinator. She maintains all of your records, helps make sure you are staying eligible, takes retreats with us, runs our SHAC program. So without Ricky, our program would suffer greatly. If you do not know Ricky, please get to know her. Stop by our office center, K101. And then finally, we have Sosin Abduram. She is our new office assistant. She will be helping Ricky out in the office. She can answer your questions for you, take phone calls. She'll also help with some of our presentations. We're very excited to have her. This is our honors faculty and staff. We'd like to get to know each and every one of you, so please make sure you stop by, say hello, check in. If you have any questions, just look for one of us. We also have some other people in the audience I'd like to introduce. First is Dr. Mary Lou Mosley. She is the Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Mosley is a huge supporter of our program. We're going to talk about lots of opportunities tonight. Those would not be possible without her support. So if you see her, you might say thank you for contributing to our program. And then we also have Dr. Paul Dale with us tonight, President of Paradise Valley Community College. Dr. Dale is also a huge supporter of our honors program and really pushes for positive social change on campus. You will see him around on campus frequently. He's very active, very personable and friendly, so make sure you stop by and say hi to him. He would like to also say a few words to you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Berry, and welcome to Paradise Valley Community College. It's great to see so many of you here tonight. Gee, if more people moved to the front, it would almost seem like we were full. Looks like we have some student athletes over here, so I want you guys to pay close attention. So again, welcome to the college. I am so pleased that you chose Paradise Valley Community College because I know you had other options out there. And I want to share just a couple thoughts with you today before I get the hook, and Dr. Berry says, come on, move on, we need to get other folks out here. And you will hear a recurring theme tonight, and that theme tonight is about being engaged and getting actively involved and making what we call a value-added experience at Paradise Valley Community College. It is very, very easy in a college like Paradise Valley to do what we call car to class to car. And I can tell you that if you do that, you're not going to get the kind of experience that this college has to offer, whether it's through honors, whether it's through clubs and organizations, whether it's through volunteerism, whether it's through undergraduate research, whether it's through our science symposium. There are a lot of very significant things that you can do that truly will make this like a university experience. So I urge you to get out of your comfort zone, kind of get out of your comfort area, and get involved and do things beyond just what's expected for you in the classroom. So let me just share with you 2 insights, and then I'll let you get on with the program. I've been thinking deeply a lot lately about many of us choosing a life of comfort, a life of least resistance, the least resistance to the path A and B. So recently, 2 things I've seen that have caused me to think more deeply about seizing the moment, being bold, however you want to characterize that. And let me just share real quickly what those 2 stories are. I'm a big Netflix guy, so I was going on Netflix the other night and I watched this amazing documentary about a 14-year-old girl who circumnavigated the globe in a sailboat by herself. That's amazing. 14 years old. It took her 500 days by the time she moved on and she turned 16. So she wasn't at all afraid to do something that crazy, and her parents supported her. So think about that kind of attitude. If you can bring that attitude to is what can you do to kind of circumnavigate your career here at Paradise Valley Community College? Now, not all of us are going to go out and circle the globe in a sailboat, but that is definitely not a path of least resistance. That is not a path of comfort. That is not a path of knowing. So part of what I think at PVCC you can do is think about, wow, how can I challenge my new horizon to do something different? And then secondly, you all know that yesterday Robin Williams died, an amazing comic. Now, if you did any reading about Robin Williams, you'll discover that when he was a young boy, he was very shy. In fact, he was so shy, he spent a lot of time in the bedroom by himself because he was an only child. Watched a lot of TV and played with little toy soldiers. But he had a passion. His passion he discovered in high school was drama. And believe it or not, he actually went to a community college before he went to Juilliard. So think about his life in terms of what he was able to do to challenge himself and go beyond that path of least resistance, to get out of his comfort zone. What amazes me most about our honors program is exemplified by Dr. Berry and Dr. Douglas and by Ricky Shannon is the academic rigor and expectation that they place on our honor students here. So take them up on that challenge. I can't tell you how many honor students we have seen graduate and want to do amazing things, get amazing scholarships, go to amazing four-year institutions. But they were students that got engaged, got involved, became a leader, did those kinds of things. And I guarantee you, if you raise your hand and say, I want to do that you can do that at Paradise Valley Community College. So again, thank you so much for choosing us. You have my commitment. We'll do everything in our hands to make sure you're successful once you choose to engage with us. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you on campus. I had a chance to meet a few of you tonight. So I will be over in the Honors office. Honors Center, my office is right across the way, so don't be surprised if I pop in and crash your pizza parties.
All right, well, our presentation is roughly from 5 to 8 tonight. We're going to go over honors philosophy, expectations, opportunities. We're going to get you enrolled in class. You're going to hear from some of our student leadership. My goal is to end around 7, so I'll do the best we can to get you guys out a little early. But first, talking about the honors philosophy, this is part of our mission statement on the screen. I know it's a lot of words. They can be summed up very simply. We want you guys to leave here as a well-rounded student. We want you to be strong in your academic program, but we also want you, much like Dr. Dale said, to get involved on campus. We want you guys to be our student leaders. We want you guys to be involved in service learning. We want you to have personal growth, right? Build relationships. And we provide a lot of opportunities for that, which is what Dr. Douglas is going to talk about here shortly. The other thing I think is important is that we all want you to succeed. So our entire program, our faculty and staff here on campus, the administrators, we would like all of you to graduate with honors. That's our goal. But we can't help you if you don't show up. So if you're struggling, if you have questions, you need to come and see us. You have a unique opportunity that most students on this campus don't have. And you don't want to waste that. So this is our mission statement. It's fundamental. There's a lot of stuff on our website you can look at, and I would encourage you to do that. But when you leave here, whatever you get out of your experience will be because of what you put into it. And you have your little retreat flyer, and it says on there, be bold. We really want you guys over the next 2 years to step up and do things that maybe you didn't think you would do. That's how you get the most out of your college experience, not from going from your car to the classroom. We also have a couple other things in our honors program. The opportunities, like I said, Dr. Douglas will talk about, will be our Explorers classes. We'll get into more details there. But it's a picture from Denver, Colorado. These independent research projects that you'll be eligible to do in your sophomore year allow you to work with a faculty member one-on-one. Whatever your interest might be, really dive in deep on that topic. And we always take students, fly you, put you up in a nice hotel, we'll buy your food, give you an opportunity to present in front of your peers. This is for 2-year and 4-year university students. You need to network with those peers, you need to network with those faculty members at other universities. And it looks phenomenal on your resume. The only students that get to do that are the ones that step out and take that chance. So again, be engaged, be involved. Our scholarships that we offer, you already have one of the best scholarships in the state. You really didn't have to do a whole lot to get that scholarship other than to pass the test scores and do pretty well in high school, right? The other scholarships we offer are going to require personal statements. They're going to require examples of leadership. They're going to require proof of service in your community. If you wait until the deadline to apply for the All-USA Scholarship, the Chancellor Scholarship, you're not going to be a top candidate for that scholarship. So you need to come and see us as a freshman and say, what can I do to earn these scholarships? How can I get involved? And we have these opportunities for you because, again, we want you to be successful. Our networking, like I said, we'll put you in a Canvas class tonight. We'll get you on our Facebook page. We have an alumni night. PVCC alumni come back and talk about their transition to four-year universities. They talk about their transition to the career field. They oftentimes leave their business cards. They allow our students here to get into internships. That's just one aspect of the networking we do. The more involved you get with your instructors from the honor student perspective, the bigger your network's going to be. So take advantage of these opportunities. The last thing I'm going to talk about are the outcomes of our program. So when you leave here in 2 years, there's really 4 key things that we want from you. The first one is the whole reason that you're in college, and that's to develop your critical thinking skills. It doesn't matter what degree you're going towards. That piece of paper, that should identify that you have used and developed critical thinking skills. The honors lecture forum class that John and I teach focuses on critical thinking. But every class you take will focus on critical thinking. And so once you leave here, you've had practice in problem solving, decision making, social aspects. And sometimes students ask, why do I have to take that class? It doesn't have anything to do with my major. Because you're developing critical thinking skills. And if you don't take that approach in the classroom, 16 weeks is going to go by and you kind of wasted your time because you didn't really get involved in the curriculum. So we're trying to develop critical thinking skills. Communicate appropriately is not only for oral communication skills, giving presentations, but also just being able to talk to a small group of people comfortably. We have great communication classes here. Professor Ramirez teaches one that fills frequently. Some of you might be in that class, around 225. Highly recommend that class for the spring semester if you're not in it this semester. We want you to develop those skills so through your projects you'll always have an oral part, and you'll have to present that either to your class or in our honor showcase. Maybe you get the chance to present it at one of those national conferences. We're trying to develop your communication skills as far as written skills as well. Written skills will be a research paper, you'll be composing a summary. Your boss down the road would like you to be able to compose an effective email, which for some students seems very difficult at this level. So we're going to develop all those skills as far as helping you to communicate effectively in every class you take, not just English 101, not just with integrity, this is about doing the right thing when nobody is looking. One of the biggest black marks that can happen in our program is when a faculty member comes in and says, student X, I'm cheating on an exam. That kills our program. And it looks bad on you, it looks bad on your family, but it looks bad to all the people sitting next to you, and it looks bad on us. You guys are supposed to be the highest level students we have at this college. We do not tolerate academic dishonesty at any level. So before you think about doing something where maybe you might not get caught, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? What is that going to do to my name? What is that going to do for my peer group? But this integrity goes beyond just the classroom. How do you act when you're on campus, when you work at clubs? How do you act at work? You know, at work you still represent PVCC and honors. But the only exception we have is Vegas. When you go to Vegas, you can do whatever you want. Just don't take pictures of it. That always works. But this is a key thing. Integrity is not something you have or don't have. Integrity is something you can develop over time. So you'll be put in situations, hopefully you're making the right decisions. And that's because we're modeling those behaviors and we're putting you in ethical situations in classrooms where you can choose to make the right decision. The last one here is to be informed and be independent. For many of you, this is your first time out of the house where your parents aren't holding your hand, telling you what to do, what classes to take, whatever else. Some of you will get there. But until that time, we want you to come here and be bold. Step out, do things that you've never done before. will take responsibility for your scholarship. If you don't do a co-curricular event, that is not Wrigley's fault. That is not your dad's fault. That's on you. If your GPA dropped below 3.25, that's on you. If you don't get involved and go to our retreats and come to our shack meetings, you're missing out, and that's on you. So, in 2 years from now, hopefully you've done a bunch of things that you never thought you would do. Hopefully you meet a bunch of great people on campus, and those are friends for life. But it requires you to step out and do a little more than you think you're capable of. So like I said at the beginning, I'd like to meet each and every one of you. I hope you come by and see me. Some of you might be taking my psych class. I'm looking forward to that here in a few weeks. But that's it for me. Dr. Douglas is going to come out and talk about your honors opportunities, so thanks for your time.
Hello? Hello? Oh, of course. All right, how's everyone doing? Good. Woo! Honors. All right, so my name is Dr. John Douglas. I'm one of your honors directors. This is my 3rd year in the program. I love being here. I love being part of this program organization. I hope my daughters are going to be sitting in the seats where you're sitting in a long time from now, but still, it's a great deal. I'm really proud of what we do. So I want to be talking to you guys about, and we kind of, Dr. Dale talked about this, Dr. Berry talked about this. We're going to keep harping on this because you guys have 2 years with us where Maricopa County is going to be paying the bills for you guys to go to school here. And it's going to be a little tough for you to appreciate that because you're used to going to high school where everything's paid for anyway. So all of a sudden you come to community college, it's basically the same thing. Not at all. Okay? If you can lose this scholarship like Dr. Berry had talked about, and if you lose it, then you got to start paying the bill. So it's good to keep that in mind that, dang, I need to appreciate this. And dang, I want to succeed. And one of the best things you guys can do to succeed is get involved. You need to get to know your fellow students. Get to know your fellow honor students. Okay? The number one thing that indicates success at community colleges is whether or not the students are engaged. If you're coming here, going to your class, hopping in your car, and going home and not engaging, working 40 hours a week, your chance of success, not that high. If you make relationships, meaningful relationships with like-minded people that want to be successful, that want future careers, are driven, your chance of success go way up. So our first opportunity in that regard is going to be our honors retreat. It is August 29th, 30th. It's a Friday and Saturday. We're going to spend one night up in Prescott. It's a total class. It's a ton of fun. We're going to do tons of activities. We're going to be doing, you guys have a flyer that we handed out to you as you guys walked in. What do you call it when someone's on a cable and they slide down a tree? Yeah, we got a zip line. We got, I don't know, all kinds of fun, crazy stuff. Okay? It's a great way to meet other people, we'll help you guys engage and meet everybody, and we're actually collecting stats, and right now, preliminarily, we're determining your chance of success if you participate in the retreat goes up. Okay? So it's a great first step. All right, next thing we have a Grand Canyon trip and a Flagstaff astronomy trip. These are both 1 credit honors classes. We call them our Honors Explorers classes. Your responsibility is basically one pre-trip meeting that's only about an hour long where we tell you what you need to bring. And then you get to go on a weekend experience. The first one, you're going to go up to Grand Canyon. We're actually going to hike in the Grand Canyon. And we're going to hike hopefully out of the Grand Canyon and have a good time. On the second one, we're going to go up with Dr. Jenny Weiss, who is our astronomy faculty member, up to the Lowell Observatory and another observatory on the NAU campus, and actually spend a lot of time at both these facilities, and it's a fantastic opportunity experience. We're also going to be camping. on both the trips, but on the astronomy trip, we're going to bring out telescopes. We're going to be out near Sunset Crater, where we have a group campground already reserved. We'll have telescopes out in the meadow, and it should be a great time. If you're interested in both of those, just please stop by the Honors office, and we'll get you guys signed up. We don't have too many seats left for Grand Canyon, so if you're interested in that, sign up quick. And astronomy, I don't know how you would not want to do that. I imagine that's going to fill up pretty quick as well. Oh, this one's really important. Do you guys know you have to be enrolled in an honors class? Okay, so I imagine that's most of you. Those of you who not be that said something. So you guys all have to be enrolled in an honors class, so you don't have to do an honors project.
What's an honors project?
Good. So, I don't know how this happened, but my class in particular slipped through the cracks, and I need more students in it. And it's an honors class. So if you don't have your honors class yet, and this is a selfless plug, please excuse me, President and Vice President. If you don't have an honors class yet, I have a great class for you. It is GPH 111. It's a science SQ class. We meet once a week. Have a ton of fun. I have tons of fun labs that we'll do. I publish 2 games that we use in the class to teach a couple of concepts. One's called tornado outbreak, the other one's called erosion. Great time. If you are interested in taking that class because you need the class, or you just want to take that class to add it, it's always good to have an extra honors class. I have the forms for you. Just grab me when we walk over to the computer commons. How many of you are interested? 2? Come on, a couple more. Just come on. Give me something. Gotta pay the bills. All right. Last thing. This is, how do I say this part? There's a lot of people that are looking, I don't know, they're supporting you, right? You have family, you have friends, they're going to be rooting you on, they're going to be at your graduation, they're going to be cheering for you to walk across the stage, right? You're going to have the professors that you're going to meet, your former high school teachers, your coach. You guys girls soccer? Respect, national champions, recently. I lost my train of thought. I do that a lot.
Think about soccer.
Is this helping me to take my class? The soccer thing got me off topic. No, the main thing is, there's going to be a lot of people rooting for you guys to be successful. But there's another major cohort that's going to be rooting for you. And that's because they're footing your bill. When you have a scholarship, you're not paying for your college classes, somebody else is. You guys know who that is? Me. Maybe not. It's your taxpayers. It's your specifically, primarily, probably correct me on this, but specifically it's more or less property taxpayers here in Maricopa County. They're the ones who are footing the bill. Okay? They're the ones paying for you to be here. And they have expectations. Okay? They're looking for you guys to come out of this community college experience and ready to contribute. They're going to expect you to contribute to yourself, to whoever your employer is, to society at large. Don't let them down because you guys are the stewards of our program right now. We can't get you guys to be successful. There's no guarantee that the Maricopa County taxpayers are going to be willing to pay for this in the future going forward. So we all have a responsibility to do the best we can with the resources that have been given to us. And on that somewhat serious, somber note, I am going to introduce Miss Ricky Shannon. Can she come out? Real quick, before I hand the mic to Ricky Shannon, I just want you guys to know we are very lucky to have this individual, okay? She is the heart and soul of our program. I expect all of you to treat her with respect, kindness, and love. We do not have our program without her. She knows everything inside and out. She makes everything work behind the scenes. So if you guys could please give her another round of applause, I'm going to hand it over to her.
Thank you. This is not my style. Here we go. Okay. So I also know how to maintain your scholarship. So these are important rules, and many of you, I think I've even quizzed before when you walk in my office. So please make sure you are very, very familiar with these rules on how to maintain your scholarship. So the first thing you need to do is attend this orientation, all right? And I'll remind you again of this at the end, but you do have to stay for the entire duration. You want to check out, otherwise it's as though you never attended, okay? You also need to maintain a full-time status. So that is 12 credits or more, so at least 12 credits each semester. You need to maintain a cumulative GPA of a 3.25. So for those of you who have any concurrent or dual credit that you've done in the past, that does count towards your cumulative GPA. A cumulative GPA of a 3.25, right? And then finally, you actually have to take an honors course, actually second to last. You need to take one honors course each semester. So all of you currently should be enrolled in at least a 3-credit honor course, at least 3 credits. And then the last thing is you are responsible for co-curricular activities. Now this is something that's new and unique to your year. So if you're a freshman of fall 2014 as a President's Honors Scholarship student, then co-curriculars are new. You may meet other students who are sophomores in the program and who have no idea what you're talking about. But you are responsible for them and they are not, so don't get that confused. I'm going to be showing you later how to find what co-curricular activities are, but we will have a list of them, and it's going to be a live list, so we will update it as we see fit, so you'll get to choose. But you will have to choose two per semester. All right, there's an opportunity for probation. I wouldn't call it as much as an opportunity as just a second chance. If your GPA, and it's only a GPA issue, if your GPA drops down to a 3.0 in your very, very first semester, you are eligible for probation. You don't have to write an essay or anything like that. It's just automatic. I'll make sure that you're on probation. What this means is that you will receive the scholarship for the following semester. So in your case, you'll receive it in spring 2015, January 2015, as long as you get your GPA up back to a 3.25, okay? So that's how the probation status works. It doesn't work if you don't pass your honors course, and by the way, you have to pass your honors course with a C or better. It doesn't work if you're under full-time status of 12 credits, so it's only a GPA issue. Hopefully you don't have to use it though. Now you have the opportunity to graduate with honors. I've been here for 4 years. The most students I've seen graduate from the honors program was 39 students, and we have over 400 students in the program. So when I say you graduate from the honors program, it is a big deal. If you're interested in ASU Barrett Honors College, for example, I know for a fact that they look at students who are graduating from the community colleges, specifically from the honors program. And that means you can graduate with an extra distinction. So during graduation in May, when you walk, they'll say your name, that you graduate from the honors program. It'll be on your transcript honors program. That's the most important part. So if you're trying to get into programs or different, maybe an Ivy League school, for example, that's where they're going to look at. Your schools, your universities are going to look at your transcript. And then you'll finally have a seal of distinction on your actual degree itself, and a medallion, by the way, as well, when you walk with honors from your graduation, during your graduation. And in order to do that, you need a higher GPA. So you need a 3.5 GPA. And I would say this is probably the #1 reason why students do not graduate from the honors program. They need a 3.5. So 3.5 GPA, and that is cumulative, 3.5 GPA. And then you need to finish 15 honor credits in total. So the classes that Dr. Douglas was talking about are Honors Explorer classes, like the Grand Canyon trip, the astronomy class. Those are all 1 credit, and the reason why students take that is not to maintain their scholarship, because you need at least a 3-credit class, but they take them in order to graduate from the honors program. So that way, in your last semester, you're not taking